Bucks,
We're good.
Falcons. This is an actual game. These two teams aren't on bye. They actually play. Let's talk about it.
Hey.
Baker, Ritter. We've got Baker, 10th best matchup. Ritter, 5th best matchup. Baker, for me, is going to fall somewhere in the mid-range QB2 range, 16. Ritter is 21. I do not really want to play Ritter unless I have to. I don't mind streaming Baker. What do you think while I fiddle around with my graphics and try not to give myself a stroke?
Yeah, so Ritter is going to be really low in my rankings. He hasn't scored double-digit points since week 7 for fantasy. So realistically, I don't know what you're expecting with Ritter. Even though it's a good matchup, like I just need to see it before I would even consider starting him. He's going to be my QB 28. He's down with Beathard and Zappy and Trubisky and those guys. So, who knows? Maybe he has a performance like them, but it seems highly unlikely. On the flip side, Baker's QB 17. He's just been good. He's been solid. You can count on him. He's been dependable. Kind of the opposite of what we would expect from a Baker Mayfield season, but the last couple of games haven't been as great, but it's a higher floor, and I think he has a higher ceiling in this game. So I like him against Atlanta, and if you need to stream someone and you're desperate and you can't find a quarterback, I think Baker Mayfield is a fine play this week.
Yeah, like I said, I don't mind Baker. He's obviously not someone I really want to be streaming in single QB. Mm-hmm. Having said that, I'm sure there's somewhere where I'm that desperate, but he is not what I'd like to have starting as my QB1. And then I just killed my graphic. We're off to a solid start here, man. My computer's not having a great day. Not having a great day. I went to hide this stupid thing in the background and killed everything. All right, moving on. The running backs get a little more interesting here. We have 22nd best matchup for Bijan, so not great. Second worst matchup for Rachaad White. Having said that, Rachaad White, I imagine, is still higher ranked. Oh, he's not. I have Bijan at 9 and Rachaad White at 10. I think I'm going to flip-flop that around.
Yeah.
Bijan's just not great. I'd prefer Rachaad White here. But what do you think about these two?
Yeah, they're both top 10 for me. I have Bijan at 5 and Rachaad White is at RB9, but I think I'm going to flip them just based on how involved Rachaad White is in the offense. He's literally seeing elite usage. Like, he's just the focal point of that offense. Where Bijan, it's kind of hit or miss that the targets and everything's coming along, but you have these games where he just doesn't have the same highest floor as like a Kyron Williams or CMC and stuff like that. So he's just a little bit lower, but he's a really good running back. But like last week, he only gave me 9 points. The week before that, 25. Meanwhile, Rachaad White's just the volume king. He's just getting checkdowns, getting opportunities, like 25 a game. It's just, and I'm much more confident in his floor than I am Bijan's in this game. So if I'm choosing between two of them, they both have not great matchups. I'm just going to play Rachaad White over Bijan personally.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really want to play any of the backups here. Tucker, Vaughn, Algier, Patterson. I'll stash Algier, but he's desperation play. That's about it. Receivers, 4th best matchup for the Falcons. The Bucks get the 7th worst matchup. Having said that, Mike Evans is still going to be easily the highest. I guarantee it. Mike Evans is 10. I would imagine next up is Drake London, who is at 27. Godwin is at 36, and I'm not playing anyone else. I'm sure I have Trey Palmer ranked, but it's down in dart throw territory at 64. So it's Mike Evans by a mile here, and I never thought I'd say that, but that's how I go. How about you?
Mike Evans' usage is awesome. He's freaking elite, like mid to high end wide receiver 1 each week. That's just what he does. I think I have him because the matchup's not great. I have him at 11, but I'm probably going to bump him up a few spots. I have London is like a wide receiver 3 this week, but the Falcons have the worst wide receiver usage in the NFL of all the teams for fantasy. No team is worse for wide receivers than the Falcons. So realistically, I don't want to start a Falcons wide receiver, and this includes London if I could avoid it. So if other guys in situations similar, I'm just going to go with that. I have Godwin at wide receiver 50. It's just been so hit or miss with Godwin. He just is not involved, and he's not really efficient either. Like last week, he had 3 targets. And then all the other times he's got 3 catches for 45, 4 for 54. He's just not really doing anything for you for fantasy. So he's very much replaceable. It's really Mike Evans or bust with these wide receivers in this matchup, honestly.
The tight ends. 7th best matchup for Cade Otton. I have him at 14. 14th best matchup for Pitts. I have him at 13. So both of them are playable if you have to, but they don't fall as a tight end 1 for me. How Kyle Pitts has fallen off the map. Kickers, Chase McLaughlin of the Bucks has the 5th best matchup. Youngwei Koo has the 18th best matchup. I'm starting Koo as kicker number 9. McLaughlin's way down there. I'm sure he is down at. I don't even have him ranked right now. That can't be right. Do I have 2 kickers from the same team in here? I don't have McLaughlin ranked, but that should just tell you how bad he's been.
Okay, I have him at 26, but yeah, like it's just not confirmed.
I could just be missing. No, it says I have him ranked. Where the hell is he? Oh, I do. I have him at 18. I just didn't see. Either way, not starting him. I don't mind starting Koo. The DSTs here, 9th best matchup for the Bucks. 18th best matchup for the Falcons. I have the Buccaneers at 16 and the Falcons at 20. I don't really want to play either of them unless I have to. Any disagreements with any part of that?
No, not really. I'm pretty much on board with you on those. I think if of all of these options where the kickers, defense, tight ends, the one I'm probably most likely to play is Buccaneers defense, just because Desmond Ritter and the issues he can have is like turnovers and offensive. But like outside of that, I really don't want to start Kyle Pitts or any one of those guys. So Kyle Pitts is tight end 13, K Dot, and tight end 14. But you kind of know what you're getting with those guys. There really isn't much of a ceiling. So like I'm just gonna fade both of them, to tell you the truth.